Okay, hi, welcome to the Ment, everyone. I'm Sam. It's a big night for us. We got some newcomers. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah!
Birthday boy! He was number one!
Hell yeah, wait till we're done.
Yeah, it's a big night! So anyway, yeah, we got some new talent tonight. We're excited for probably like all maybe two of you that are watching online.
Oh yeah.
Everybody down here.
Devon's on there.
Hopefully Devon's on there. Maybe he's not.
No, he's on there.
Oh!
Diesel.
Hi Devon. Shout out. We're gonna get right into it. We're not gonna keep you guys waiting.
Yeah.
Up first, it's a newcomer here. He's got some good material. Let's get pumped up for Young Munch, Ment Santoria.
So I understand what Kramer did when he did his routine. I'm not saying I agree with it, because I don't, but once you're on stage and you have the mic in your hand, first thing that pops to mind is... But anyway, costume, perfect segue here. I'm a racist.
Perfect.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Santoria. As the most senior member here at the Ment, they had me lead off to kind of let everyone know how to be a stand-up comic. I actually spent a lot of time at this master's program, which is definitely a thing, please don't look it up. And one of the things they teach you at the master's program is how to be a comic. So one of the things they tell you is understand the audience. Any Jews out there tonight?
1%.
You're not gonna like this next part. So there's these three Jewish midgets. Now trust me, if you laugh and don't get this part, you won't get the part about the Muslims later. The second thing they teach you at this master's program is you only use crowd work when your set is as bad as that guy's fucking costume. Third thing they teach you at this master's program is no one cares about your personal life. No one goes to a comedy show, especially not in someone's basement, to hear about your personal life. Unless you're me. So I was reading Guinness Book of World Records not too long ago because I peaked in elementary school. And I found out that the world record for most crack joints is 32. This is an actual fact. It's not part of my routine. I'm just telling you guys. This is something I think I could beat. I think I could be the world's biggest cracker. Fourth thing they teach you at master's program. Don't do impressions. You have to use someone else's funniness to come off as funny. Impressions is terrible comedy, and it's going to ruin your personal life. I'm telling you guys from personal experience. Do not do impressions. I did an impression in the bedroom, and my wife said, one more time, I'm going to get divorced. That's not a joke. I'm telling you guys personally.
That's really good, yeah. That's good. You would get clapped up. That's your actual joke.
See, originally that joke ends with me saying, someone said I'm going to get divorced if I do one more impression, and then I do, Borat, my wife, but then, Borat kind of fell out of fad, and now it's back. The fifth thing they teach you at the master's program
It's going to come back.
is always watch your clock. If you go up for a 5-minute set, make sure you do 5 minutes.
Yes.
But unfortunately, just like those Jewish midgets, I've come up a little short. Thank you guys.
Okay. We love to see it. We love it too. Is it a joke part of the shirt that it says Mater or no? All lives matter?
It's also backwards.
All right, that's fine. Okay. Give it up for Vince one more time. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Munch, you have another joke? Give us one more.
Don't rush her, pal. You have 15 minutes.
That was good.
Anyway, Next up for the Ment, it's going to be another newcomer for us. Love to see it. Give it up for Nick Izzo.
Edit the part out, don't worry. Go down!
Go down there.
Oh man, somebody's getting a treat. Hold on the live stream here. You guys know who it is. Alright.
How many people we got in the live stream?
Oh yeah, good fucking idea. There, guy in the back. What do we got?
It's
Like one. Now I didn't know. There's a few comments though. Here, let me give you guys a couple of these. We've got. So Matt said yo. I probably after the shout out, and then Devon had a lot of dead emojis, and then he wrote yerd, and then he wrote happy birthday, brother, and then apparently whoever was watching is Jewish because they both left, and now we have a new person on named Joe Hall.
Joe Hall.
Couple
Our viewer.
one deal, so got my shoe untied there. That's fun. All right. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, new to this stand. Oh my god. New to this. They can't see on this thing either. New to this stand-up comedy thing here. You know, we'll see what we got. I might not be as talented as these experts that we have in the back.
Especially that next guy.
No, that first guy was great.
The first guy was phenomenal.
That guy did well. Yeah, so I want to tell you guys a little story.
Marquee guy for sure now.
Tell you guys a little story so you can understand about my life. So I think recently I got a little bit too high. And then I found out that actually wasn't true. I was sitting in my house, this was a couple weeks ago, and my fiance was sitting on the couch, and I had smoked a lot of marijuana. This is probably 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night. And I get a text message. I get a text message from a work colleague, a female work colleague. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm not Mike Pence, so it's okay for me to get a work colleague to send me a text at 9 p.m. It's fine. She sent me this text, and she works for us in our media department. She said, you know how we've been doing a thing recently where we've been sending staff spotlight photos out, giving a biography of everyone that works with us? Well, it was Patrick's turn tonight. Unfortunately, I don't have a photo of Patrick to use. So instead, what I decided to do is take your body and superimpose his face on it with Photoshop. So here's a picture of that. And as my boss, I'd love you to give me some feedback on it. And if you've ever received a photograph of your face on another man's body by someone that works for you at 9 p.m. on a Wednesday night, and you don't think you smoke too much weed, then you have serious mental problems. It was not good. It was not great. But I worked, this is not the only job I've had. I want to tell you guys a story about the time that I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods for 2 weeks. It was the shortest job I've ever had, and the reason for that is the guy that I worked for was a pirate. And I don't mean the kind that Tom Hanks was dealing with. I'm talking about this wasn't a scholarship program for people from Mogadishu. This was an actual 45-year-old man who believed he was a pirate, or at least identified as one. And the reason that I tell you I know this about him is because it came up within the first minute of my first interview. This gentleman, if you walked into his office, had pretty much exclusively pirate decorations on the wall. Ships and bottles, flags, hook hands, the whole deal, all in the back of the wall. So I sat down, and he proceeded to tell me about the job at Dick's Sporting Goods for about 30 seconds. Then we dove into his pirate history. And his pirate history included the fact that he not only had recreated a pirate ship in his own backyard, that the way I would describe it is he sort of gave off the vibe that he wanted to assure me that if we found ourselves in a nautical setting, he was more than capable of dealing with that. So he proceeded to tell me a story about how, in addition to his piracy, he was also a amateur goat farmer. He had goats that he kept at his house. And he wanted to let me know that one of the perks of the, well, second perk of the job, because the first was that he was a pirate, and he wanted to ensure me that was going to be the biggest perk of the job. The second perk was that from time to time he would bring one of the goats after hours to the store for the employees to meet. And I can only imagine what it was like for those employees to feel obligated to do this, but I like to imagine him driving in his car to the store at 9 p.m. at night on a Thursday with a goat in his car, looking over at the goat like, yeah, they are gonna love this. They are gonna love it. So yeah, he was a pirate. That lasted 2 weeks. But I do wanna wrap up here with you guys with this, because I think right now we're going through tough times. I think part of the reason America's so screwed up is that we're a little too honest with each other. And you kind of know where everybody stands nowadays. Like whether you're friends with them or Facebook or your neighbors, you kind of know where they stand on everything, at least politically and socially. But I think the cure to this isn't to run away from that. I actually think it's to run towards that. The reason I say that is I think we'd get a lot farther along if people were a little more open about everything. So instead of you knowing your Facebook friends and your neighbors are, you know, pro-life or maybe pro-Second Amendment, pro-Trump, pro-Biden, maybe you knew what kind of fetishes they were into. I think that kind of might bring the tension in the room down. If you found out your next door neighbor was pro really, really tall ladies squishing balloons, I think we might be a little less hateful. And I wanted to leave you with this fact that I found out as I researched some of this. According to science, 9% of people in the world are sexually aroused by costumes. If I'm doing the math here, that means somebody's definitely tucking a boner into their waistband. Thanks for my time.
Okay, one more time. Joe died. That guy murders baby tigers. And also, yeah, your shoes untied. I was gonna tell you. We are extremely excited for.
We want a joke from you.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't write anything, and I got nothing for you, pal. So maybe come up with some better stuff.
Next time after this, introduce me with a joke, please.
Well, no thanks. So anyway, we're really excited for this next guy. More excited than the guy who's gonna come after him. He is returning for a second show. Scott Olson.
Yeah.
Or the Incredible Hulk.
Hulk smash! I know what you're thinking, and no, I did not bring Donkey with me because I'm not fucking Shrek. Also, you don't have to worry about me smashing fruits and vegetables up here. This is not a Gallagher show. Alright, thank you guys for having me at the Ment. I know that one guy said don't do impressions, but I think if the impression is something of your own, I think it's fair game because you're not impersonating anyone. You could say that was Mickey Mouse-esque, I guess. But that first guy, he did a good job, but I don't think he knows comedy too well. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, we're just coming at him because, you know what? I will say this. A lot of his jokes came at my set. It was unintended, but a lot of the shit that I had lined up, he was like, just slicing me down. So, you know, like him, this is, you know, my second time at the Ment, my third time doing stand-up comedy, and I know what you're thinking. This guy, it's his third time doing stand-up comedy. Oh, brother, this guy's gonna stink! But,
Oh god.
don't worry. I actually watched Steve Martin's masterclass on this, so I think we're going to have a good time. And if that wasn't good enough for you, I also watched Judd Apatow's How to Do Stand-Up Comedy masterclass. So I think you're going to get your money's worth tonight, which is good. And before you say it, I know what you're going to say. Hey, don't quit your day job. It's too late, I already quit my day job. Alright? My parents weren't too happy about it, but let's be honest. My dad never wanted me to follow in his footsteps and be an engineer. Not the smart engineer like my mom would say, but the woo type of engineer, you know what I mean? So he never wanted me to follow in his footsteps, so I didn't. So I decided I would carve my own path. And it has led to a lot of disappointment from my parents. I'm, as you would say, is something of a black sheep. And I can do no right. I can do no right. My brother, on the other hand, He's the golden child. He could do no wrong. And I love my brother. He lives out in California. He's happily married. And he met his wife on a dating app. He was using dating apps before. It was just hookups and things like that. But he actually met his wife on Christian Mingle. And I know what you're thinking, like, whoa, Christian Mingle. I know nowadays it's a lot of Bible bangers getting it on, having premarital sex. Luckily before him, he was in there and out of there before all that. Moved to California 2 months after connecting with her, or getting a message from God, as they say in the Christian Mingle world. And he moved out there 2 months after connecting with her. He saw her in person the same amount of times I'm doing stand-up comedy before he moved out there. To say my parents weren't a little disappointed with him was an understatement. But it made me happy because, look, I wasn't the bad child for a little bit. And I'll be honest, it's nice being the good child sometimes. So he moved out there, happily married. But after that 2 months, 1 month later, my parents get a FaceTime call. They are getting married. 3 months in, getting married, met each other 3 times. He moved out there. My parents were not happy with him. But he did do something, and I will say, I got to give it to him. Because he started a trend. And at the time, I didn't realize this is something that people were going to do. But he had a backyard wedding, which, hey, in a COVID world, he was setting trends before we even knew it was going to be a thing. So he had a beautiful backyard wedding. A lot of people weren't supportive of the wedding at the time. They are now. But at the time, they weren't very supportive of the wedding. I was, however, because if it made my brother happy, didn't matter to me. And so they had a backyard wedding, and the wedding was beautiful. It was a nice backyard wedding, very relaxing. I did only have one issue with the wedding, and that issue was the catering. And it actually, I don't think it was the catering necessarily. I just think the options that they chose for the catering wasn't the best. And I know they probably did something where they tried the food beforehand, you know? And so I know they did, like, I think it's like a tasting or something. They, you know, how you taste the food before you get married. But I wish I could have been there because I think I could have guided him a little better path of what foods to select. But, you know, they did cater in Panda Express. And I know what you're thinking. Scott, at a backyard wedding, Panda Express doesn't sound so bad. I'd love to chow down on some orange chicken at a backyard wedding. I would have loved to chow down on some orange chicken at a backyard wedding too, believe me. But that's the problem. They did not have it. They did not have the orange chicken. You're going to go to Panda Express and cater it, and you're not going to get orange chicken? It's the only flaw with the wedding. But he is happily married, and I am happily divorced. So maybe the key is to not have orange chicken at your wedding, because I did. It wasn't from Panda Express, but maybe that's the key to love. Maybe that's the message from God. Don't get orange chicken at your wedding. But I'm happily divorced. Don't resent my ex-wife. It was for the better. I tell you what, there's a lot of people here who are young. When you guys get divorced, people are going to treat you different. They are. It's just something you're going to have to accept. And it's going to get annoying sometimes. I would go to the bar. People would come up to me that knew me, lived in my neighborhood, ask me how I was doing. And it was nice of them to do that. But at the same time, you can only tell them you're doing okay so many times. So, you know, me being a sick guy, I played into it. Oh, I'm having a tough time. It's bad. I don't know. I know you know I got divorced. It's rough. And I had this one guy, he would come up to me all the time when he saw me and ask me how I was doing. And then finally one time, my sick mental side of the brain kicked in. He's like, how you doing, Scotty? And I'm like, it's been rough. You know, there's just days that I just don't think I can go on. And I think I just want to jump in front of my dad's train. And that is how you would do a suicide murder! That is how you could commit a suicide murder. I know we all know about murder-suicides, but you tell me you jump in front of your dad's train, he's not going to commit suicide after that. That is a suicide murder. But, I will say, it's a crazy concept. My dad's not going to like this joke, but it did do something good for me. That guy stopped asking me how I was doing. And so every time I saw that guy, he wouldn't ask me how I was doing, which was fantastic. That's what I wanted. He would ask me, hey, Scott, how long till your dad's retirement? So he's got a little while longer, half a year, so the clock is ticking, you know. But I think we're in a good spot in life. We don't have to worry about that. It was just jokes. But I tell you what, I am a bar guy. bar guy through and through. I love every aspect of a bar, you know, from going to the bar, like the actual bar top, going to the taps, just seeing everything, playing games, whether that's darts, golden tee, whatever it is. My favorite game and my buddy's favorite game is the crane game. By far. I tell you what, if you want to look like a bunch of nerds going into a bar and go straight to the crane game. I tell you what, you won't be dripping in pussy. That is for sure. That is for sure. However, if you play the crane game, you might get flashed. And if you're lucky, you might get your dick spit on. So, that's what I gotta say for you guys. That's my time here at the Ment.
You had 15 minutes.
Hey, did we time him? What was it?
That was 7.
That's a solid 7. That was a solid 7 though, Mike. That was solid. So we'll go off that. I felt good about that.
That was really good.
Hey, way to go.
It was great.
All right, no, one more time.
Nice
One
thing
more
about
time.
green face.
That was startlingly better than the first time. Maybe shockingly better. So that, I mean, that's the story. Anyway, our last guy that, I mean, he's a regular around stand-up. I'm not going to give him a joke. He's dressed as a rapist. Mike Santoria.
Can I get another poop pop?
Okay. Coming up last at the Ment, I would like to just say, what a great show we've had, right? Let's give it up for all of the girls.
Better than I could have ever
No,
expected.
seriously, this was fantastic. We started off with a Young Munch knockout. I mean, the guy worked hard and he delivered. It was great. One more time for Young Munch, right? I know him! Joe Exotic. I mean, I thought the guy was in jail.
Not
It turns out he's here trying stand-up comedy, and it was hilarious. We love it. One more time for Joe Exotic. Woo!
Go Carol Baskin.
Oh, that line bit.
Unfortunately, Carol Baskin's here as well. I think those two are fucking again. Who wants a Borat impression? Make a sexy time.
Good one.
All right, sorry, off track. One person's still in here.
Possibly.
Last but not least, we had the Hulk, Scott Olson, just delivering some powerhouse comedy for the first time I've ever seen. It was amazing. Give it up for Scott Olson. Yeah. I am dressed up as Bill Cosby. It was a mistake from the start. It was something I got myself into last minute. I didn't have a costume idea, and so this is what I dressed as. I know Young Munch. Dude, stand-up comedy.
This guy's freezing.
No, it's just so cool when people just get real quiet and stuff. It's like the best part of it. I know we're not supposed to talk about our personal issues as Young Munch taught us in the first act, but I am so addicted to sports gambling. How addicted is he?
How addicted is he?
I'm so addicted to sports gambling, sometimes I consider betting on WNBA games. I've thought about turtle racing as an alternative to gambling. I've thought about betting the average weight of everyone who's in a Walmart at one time. Someone else who's in Walmart. We just walk around the store, adding up in our head, and then eventually we're like, okay, you guess yours, I'll guess mine. And we'll go to the checkout line and figure it out. Thought about, this is the last one, I thought about just betting random heights of buildings with people, just walking down the streets. I should probably stop it too. I told this joke to a couple people last night and it's very gross. It's not good. If you're a woman, I apologize immediately off the rip. But men in the room, have you guys ever jerked off so hard that your phone thinks you're in driving mode? Men in the room, stay with me here. Men in the room, you ever take a piss so long that you end up putting your hands on your hips? And kind of look like an NFL scout at the combine. Like you can imagine your dick is like in the NFL combine. Stay with me here, man. No, sometimes seriously I'll be like, that's a good 40 time. His shuttle time is pretty explosive. I wrote these these are new jokes for the men. These are, give it up for new jokes. I actually continue on with this joke. You should, I'm gonna, wait, whoa.
Bro, you just gotta know.
You ruined them!
Oh shit, that is
Got it.
Come on, bro. Cut it, bro. No.
Alright, we're good.
Alright, he's off.
We're not new material. Some of you, like, when I'm peeing for so long and I put my hands on my hips, I think in my head that, like, there's ESPN projections of my penis going #1 in the draft overall. Like, I'm very humble about it, though. Like, my penis doesn't intend to buy the flashy things. Like, it doesn't want, like, a luxurious car. It doesn't want a big house. Really, it wants to, like, give half of its salary to the homeless. Really good guy. Oh man, that joke kind of sucks. As a narcissist, when I picked petals off the flower when I was a kid, I would say she loves me even more. And as a pessimist, when I would pick off the petals, I would say her friend's hotter, her friend's way hotter anyway. It's a new joke. Dude, I fucking love a new joke thing. I thought about being like, nah, that's not funny. Everything's digital now. Everything.
Bro, mute him. Bring the volume down.
Mute this guy.
This is sabotage. This is sabotage my whole career, and I don't like
You
it.
wanted to be in the audience.
No, dude, that's alright. You want to be in the audience? You gotta be quiet, bro.
Laughter only is appreciated here.
Fucking mute that guy. Everything's digital now. Everything's digital now. Groceries, you can buy them on the internet, right? You can get them delivered. I was thinking about a joke, but all I have so far is suburban moms buying cream pies online. And then I think the tagline of that joke could be like, what's the password? A better tagline. We didn't have phones as kids, so we read the backs of cereal boxes. I was amazing at reading the back of cereal boxes. I was so good, but not today. That's a bad joke too. Millennials are so entitled. Millennials are so entitled. They're blaming their failures on cosmetology. You know what? I'm bombing.
No, you're not.
That's what's happening.
You're not actually. You're not bombing.
I'm in a basement. It's dark. It's getting scary.
Dude, no, it's.
The phone. The justice is killing me. I can't.
It's not justice.
Bro, who is this?
It's Steven. That's Steven.
Dude, he just wants.
Bernice.
He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to get on the live.
Glenn Larkin.
Millennials are so entitled.
Live works, it's fine.
Dude,
They're blaming their failures in cosmetology school on the
No, you don't
educational
tell us,
system.
trust me, after a fucking week.
Okay.
No, it's a good one.
A lot of people say.
That's so high.
Not for
I fucking love
real. Mike, you got it, bro. You're killing it.
so funny. This is the headline.
I know.
I think Bill Cosby roofied himself.
We got two more.
Should I talk about my dick being in the NFL Combine again?
No. There's not enough single women. There's no single women here. There's no single women here. Why would you even? There's no single. Know your audience.
That's why I asked about the Jews.
If there were single women, yeah, call your dick up, bro.
That's like the first thing they teach you at master's class.
It is true.
This guy didn't watch the video.
I know he didn't. Bro, pay the $60 for the master class.
I gotta watch the master class.
No, you good. Keep going.
There's just so many, and I
Just say
think they're all
it.
just
Just say
bad.
one.
I think
Yeah,
they're all
okay,
just
good.
so bad.
Okay, say the baddest one you got, bro. Say the one that's the worst.
A lot of people say I look like a Trump supporter, and that's alright. I'm not, but if you're important enough, sure, yeah.
Alright, now keep ripping. The worst ones you got.
I had a dream about my ex-girlfriend recently, and I woke up considering her motives. Like,
Ooh, fuck that girl.
You're letting the whole take over.
I know.
No, it's a tag team match. No. We're on the same side.
The biggest celebrity I met when I was in Hollywood was a guy doing a Sebastian Maniscalco impersonation.
Okay, that's good.
We know the comedian.
And I'm okay with that. It was cool. Alright, for this next one, just pretend I have an ex-wife. Just pretend.
I could buy it. It's a pan.
That pudding pop.
It's the pants. It's the freaking pants.
It's an illusion.
It's the pants. I shouldn't have been Bill
Illusion of
Cosby.
the
Honestly,
pants.
oh wait, hold up. If you are Bill Cosby for Halloween and you try to do stand-up comedy, I feel like there's a curse. I feel like there's no good chance of you doing well if you. I'm blaming it on the way I look. So again, for this one, just let's pretend I have an ex-wife, okay? Is my ex-wife here? No? All right. Which one of you guys fucked my ex-wife? I said pretend. You know you're living in a crack house when the shower curtain's a slip and slide tarp from when you were a kid? I like to go out and meet women. I don't think that's a crime unless you call stalking a crime. I'm not married, but sometimes I wear a wedding ring for the real slutty chicks who like a channeler. I grew up in a small town outside Chicago, and everyone in my high school thought I looked cum off of this girl's titty.
Bro,
That was a
that is
banger.
true.
So the new
Everyone did.
that's okay. That last one's banger. Overall,
How many people we got?
Here's she's
still one.
Who is it?
God.
Who is it, Devon?
No, it's some. I'll read it. I'll read the name. It's
No.
Chrissy Ten Olson.
Is it Tegan?
No, Olson.
Kristen?
Chrissy Teigen.
That's Jake, bro, and Kristen.
Chris 10.
That was for Jake. No, I definitely have a couple more. There's definitely more jokes here. So, what I've learned so far tonight, and what I appreciate about the Met and having this idea, and Scott hosting all of this is fantastic. But I tried like 4 or 5 new jokes, and only 2 worked. So now we know. But the other jokes have been written before. But okay, I got 3 more jokes. Facebook telling people to vote is like O.J. Simpson telling people to buy a Ford Bronco. I've been chasing the highs of getting a full-size candy bar on Halloween my entire life. That's a Twitter joke.
He's giving you laughs. I don't know what you're worried about.
I appreciate it. Here's the thing. Here's the problem with comedy. That joke works so well on Twitter that like it makes you think it'll work in real life. And so this is a masterclass now.
Masterclass at the Ment.
Apparently, the whole night was thrown off when I realized that my younger brother was going to be doing a lot better at stand-up comedy. So I'm sitting in the back. I'm sitting in the back and I'm thinking like, man, this is either 1, stolen, or 2, just really dedicated. Like he spent time and put effort into this. And then I started thinking, man, I don't do that. Like I don't put any time. The jokes I told, I wrote like 3 days ago. Like, and I didn't even look at them twice until today. I think this is becoming a therapy session.
Well, now you know.
This is good though. This is not good.
Bro, you just gotta respect the craft.
Yeah, I gotta respect the craft a little more.
Hey,
Or last, bro.
I don't know.
I know.
All right, Sam, go finish them off, bro.
I'm not gonna go finish.
No, I mean go finish off the.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm pretty done. I'm pretty done up here.
I said no.
Up there with the letter.
If I was.
I'm sorry,
up there.
okay.
I thought you meant like right.
No, I'm done.
No, stop.
Alright, one more. No, claps. Alright, I don't know.
What, you got more?
No, we don't got more. We don't got more. No. We just wanna wish Sam a happy birthday, and we thank everyone for tuning into the Men. This is gonna be a monthly thing. We're gonna get more comedians. We're gonna get better. We're gonna get Louis C.K. in this motherfucker, okay? Thank you guys. We appreciate you. We love you. Bye. How do you end this thing? I got it.